Alright, what's going on, guys? Today, we're going to be going over how you can get a one-cycle Seiryu. Now, this is going to be a lot like some of my other videos, where I'm assuming you already know how to do the boss. Now, one-cycling Seiryu means that you kill all of the crystals on his back without ever coming back down. Now, in order to do that, you need to do 360,000 damage in about a minute. I don't know exactly how long it is. Beyond that, you also have a decent amount of downtime because you can't immediately start hitting the next crystal until you kill the first one. They need to make sure you're applying death mark to all of the crystals, so there's a lot of stuff going on. So I figured we should make a guide for it. Also, in case you guys are wondering, I did change my overlay. I tried to make it look a little bit more digestible so everyone knows what's going on and what my gear is looking like. Seiryu is not poisonable, but this is my clearing ED1 stuff. That's why I have the weapon poison, but you do not need this. You just need an overload, replenishment potion, some sort. Any type of adrenaline pot's going to be good. I prefer enhanced replenishments for pretty much everything, but you can use whatever you like. Have a little bit of food. You don't really need food here. Have a Calgarian Demon. Because your familiar can't hit the crystals, Calgarian Demon ends up being really good here because it's one of the only familiars that gives you a passive buff. You can use a Ripper that does technically also give you a passive buff, but I found that Calgarian Demon 5% crit chance is just going to be a little bit better. And then we're bringing Runes and Ectoplasm. So the biggest thing to keep in mind here is that for the beginning part of the fight, you're not actually trying to kill Seiryu as fast as possible. The goal is you want to use Death Skulls, build 5 stacks of volley. I'm not really going to go over my rotation because the rotation honestly doesn't matter here. The other thing you want to make sure that you're keeping track of is your conjures should be dead around the time that you're going up Seiryu's back, because you want to resummon them when you're up there, because they can be resummoned and they can actually hit the crystals one. Alright, now we're starting to kill. The actual rotation while you're on the ground isn't crazy important. All that's important is that you use Death Skulls in the beginning so you have a little bit of speed, and then you're building up 12 Necrosis stacks and 5 Residual Souls here. Making sure we're dodging the shadow energy. Protect magic when he does the huge breath. It doesn't always hit that hard, but rather it doesn't always hit, but when it does hit, it hits very, very hard. Now here I'm slowing down my damage a little bit because I want my conjures to actually be dead by the time I'm going up. So I'm just not really hitting him as much, just kind of standing around. Hey, this is Raph from the future. So you don't actually need to wait around here for your conjures to die. What you can do, and what I should have done in retrospect, is once you're ready to go up on Seiryu's back, you can equip Excalibur and unequip this. Now, this is really good because you need to cast Skulls and then cast 4 basics anyways. So on his back, you can Skulls, Soul Sap, Touch of Death, Basic, Soul Sap. That will give you back the 2 residual souls you lost from unequipping your lantern. So that is an option. It's going to be a few seconds faster in this kill, but it doesn't really affect the outcome of whether or not you get a 1 cycle. So just be aware that is a better option here. Now here, I'm going to hit him one more time and then activate my Calgarian Demon. I'm activating that now because you can't use your Calgarian Demon when you're up there. So I'm going to activate Invoke Death, Undead Army, use Death Skulls, activate Skeleton, and then just use Basics here. Or activate Ghost, then just use Basics here, activate Skeleton. I forgot to turn my prayer back on here, which is not good. I'm going to a Living Death rotation. I got a Relentless proc here. It doesn't matter as much, but I did get it. So we Skulls, use Finger of Death, Touch of Death. Using Skulls. using Finger of Death, using a basic, activating Skeleton, using a basic, using Touch of Death, using Finger of Death, and now we're saving this last Skulls until we get 6 heals here. Once we have 6 heals here, we're going to split Soul and then just use as much burst as we can. 3, 4, 5, 6, split Soul here. Use Skulls. Just using some basics. 5-stack Volley. Omni Guard. Basic attack. And there is a 1-cycle Seiryu. So the biggest thing is just having a rotation in mind once you're on the back. It doesn't really matter what you're doing on the ground as long as you have all of your stacks. And this rotation was honestly not that good. I wasted a tick on my way up trying to activate Undead Army. So that wasn't good. And then in my Living Death, I let my Revolution cast Soul Sap 2 or 3 times, so I shouldn't have let it do that. But that just kind of goes to show that when you have a good gear, you have a lot of leeway with how you can go about doing this. So, yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this helps you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.